Her voice sliced through the dark like a blade. "He's just a broken old gardener," she hissed into the phone at 3 in the morning. "Send your assassin at dawn. Make it a bloody massacre." The words sank into me like ice water. She didn't know I was awake. She didn't know I was listening. She didn't know the man she thought she could bury was the one who had buried men for decades. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I only watched the silhouette of her frame against the pale glow of the bedroom window. Her fingers clutched the phone, trembling with adrenaline she mistook for control. She thought she owned the night. She thought I was blind. But I was listening to my wife order my execution. A wave of silence pressed against me, heavy, suffocating. My pulse slowed instead of quickened. It was instinct, years of Black Ops conditioning. My heart learned long ago not to betray me. At sunrise, I heard the crunch of boots outside the gate. The assassin. Punctual, professional, but not enough. I tightened my grip around the rifle I hadn't touched in years. Dust slid from its cold barrel like old secrets. She wanted a massacre. I would give her one. Betrayal is never sharp at first. It seeps in. The night replayed in my head as I moved like a ghost through the house. Every memory twisted. Every laugh, every kiss, every whispered promise, weighed down with the bitter aftertaste of lies. Why kill me now? Why so violently? The answer whispered back before I asked. Insurance money, freedom, and another man, hidden in her silence all these years. I began to notice what had been in front of me all along. Her sudden late nights, her reluctance to touch me, the way her eyes drifted when I spoke, as if my voice belonged to the wind. I searched, but not like a desperate husband. I searched like an operator, calm, precise, no wasted motion. I found bank transactions under another name, a hotel suite paid in cash, messages buried in encrypted apps she didn't think I could break. And there he was, her other man, not just a lover, a handler, the man behind the assassin. She thought she was clever, disguising betrayal as necessity. She thought I would wither as an old gardener, pruning roses and hiding from truth. But my mind sharpened with every discovery. I was not broken. I was. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for the weak. I let her think I was blind. I let her watch me rake the soil, trim the hedges, carry groceries with weathered hands. I let her laugh in her hidden phone calls. But I was watching, recording, building a file thicker than a coffin lid. DNA samples from the sheets she thought she had washed. Hotel cameras that didn't erase as easily as she believed. A paper trail no fire could burn. I fed her silence, and she mistook it for ignorance. Inside, I was rehearsing the end. Every betrayal has a rhythm. Hers was clumsy, predictable. She didn't see the noose tightening, not around me, but around her. The assassin returned twice more, circling the property like a jackal testing fences. He never knew he'd been scoped from half a mile away. My finger brushed the trigger each time, but patience whispered, "Not yet." Because revenge isn't in the kill, it's in the reveal. The dossier was finished. Photographs, transcripts, bank ledgers, enough to carve her soul open in silence. I slid it onto the kitchen table one night. She walked in, half asleep, robe loose around her shoulders. She frowned at the stack of papers. "What's this?" I didn't answer. I just leaned back, arms crossed, eyes steady. Her hands flipped through the first pages. Confusion first, then recognition, then terror. Her lips parted, but no words came. Finally, "You, you knew?" I didn't blink. From the first whisper. She sank into the chair as if gravity had doubled. Paper slid from her grip, spilling across the floor like dead leaves. "I could have killed him," I said, voice flat. "The man you sent?" Her eyes darted, searching for mercy that didn't exist. "I could have ended you the moment you picked up that phone." She trembled. She was seeing me for the first time, not the gardener, not the husband, but the ghost of every man I'd put in the ground. "But I didn't," I continued, "because I wanted you to feel this." I tapped the dossier. "This is your massacre." Her face crumbled, not from violence, from exposure. She wasn't dead, but she was ruined. Her handler, her lover, her assassin, all tied to her by evidence she could never escape. I stood, calm, silent, finished. I left her there, drowning in paper and silence. No shouting, no blood, just truth, the kind that rots deeper than any wound. The garden outside was still, untouched by the storm inside. Roses bloomed red, heavy with morning dew. I walked among them, hands steady, lungs clear. I wasn't her broken old gardener. I was the man she tried to erase. And she would live the rest of her life knowing the assassin failed because the corpse she ordered never existed. The last words I spoke to her were the last she'll ever remember. "You buried yourself."
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.